favorites, John Krasinski will be here.
And from Drop the Mic, Haley Baldwin will also be here. Are we going to rap battle?
I mean, we should show our skills on the ones and twos. We will. Aisha Tyler will be here as well, so join us for that tomorrow.
Now, he's an iconic actor and comedian who's been making us laugh for decades. Please welcome Emmy Award winner Mike Myers.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Hello.
I'm unfortunately very socially awkward. I'm sorry. These hooves I have for hands.
That's what I like about you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well,
it's your favorite.
We are more comfortable talking to many people than we are small groups of people. Like, if we have to give a toast.
Yeah.
I panic.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you good at that? Or is
at toasting?
Like a toast. If you think of a toast at a wedding.
Impromptu speeches?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm... big crowds actually don't
phase
me.
Yeah.
It's if I'm stuck sharing a car ride with somebody, and I'm
Oh my gosh.
so how's it going?
You put your headphones in?
How about those Leafs? You know. I am socially awkward.
But I find that endearing about you.
Well, thank you very much.
I really do. Now,
that's doing nothing for my social awkwardness right now. But,
sorry. Are your kids socially awkward, or are they fun?
No, they're
funny? Or?
They're New Yorkers. They're outgoing New Yorkers.
Yeah.
You know? And they're super funny. Each of them, I have 3 kids, 6, 4, and 2. This is the happiest time of my life. It's unbelievable. I'm so thrilled to, because I started late and I didn't know what was going to happen. But they're all completely different. Like, you know, Spike, my son, has an opinion.
Yeah.
Sunday has an agenda.
Yeah.
And my youngest has a demonic possession. So
Yeah.
she's very, very insanely outgoing and tough, too. Well, my parents are from Liverpool, which is kind of a tough town. And I think it skipped a generation because Spike was like, my oldest, the boy was like, move. I said, move. Like this.
Yeah.
A New York accent, too.
Yeah.
Move. And I'm like, don't talk to your sister that way. And then Pauline's like, Pikey, don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
And he said, but you won't move, move. I said, don't talk to her that way. Pikey, don't talk to me. And he said, I said move. And she grabbed his hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
and started
the 2-year-old.
Yeah.
The 2-year-old.
2-year-old. Hockey style.
That's very New York.
This hair was like,
You know what?
with this face, too.
I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them.
But I watched it for 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to get in there, evidently, but I was a little bit like an NHL ref, you know. Let him get it out of the system. And I thought, she's 2. And so I got in there, and I made her apologize. But to my son's great credit, he didn't punch back. He just sort of took it and was like, get her off me, get her off me.
What do you guys do? Summer is here. Do you guys take family vacations?
Yeah, we take family vacations.
Where do you go?
We go lots of places around America.
You take us to Canada ever? You ever take them up north?
Yeah, we're gonna head up to Nova Scotia.
Oh, how great.
And which is lovely.
Yeah.
It is weird that Spike is only sort of having a new sense of me being Canadian. So he'll say things like, you know, Dad, when you were growing up, did you have imaginary friends? And I'd say, yeah. And then he went, yeah, but that was Canada. My imaginary friends are not as good as his New York imaginary friends. And it's like, you're right. We have crappy imaginary friends in Canada.
Did your parents take you camping? Were you camping?
Yes. They're English campers.
Right. Which is like, isn't that
terrible
counterintuitive?
campers. Yeah.
Right.
And so what my dad ended up doing most of the time was ordering pizzas and making cups of tea.
Just what the Bears like.
Yeah. And so, but he was cheap, you know, because they grew up during World War II and the Depression, and it was like, he would never go to the provincial park to camp, so it would always be, well, I'm not paying them bloody prices. And it'd be like, it's $1. I have $1 in my pocket, I'll pay for it. So we found in Canada there's a lot of stuff called crown land, government land, right? And it was during a gypsy moth infestation.
No.
And my dad said, well, you know, we could just camp here by this marshy bit. And at night, everything was covered in the tent was covered in gypsy moths. And my dad was like, so just you know, get rid of him. You know, we had the same thing during World War II or something. Right? And I'm just sitting there, looking at a Howard Johnson's across the marsh, going,
Right.
if I could swim it, I could. And then, so one morning, he was like, get up, you lazy boogers, get up. Right? I've made some tea, right? And then, so we peered through the tent, and all of a sudden we can hear this low thrum of an engine, of an airplane going, you know?
Yeah.
And it came over and dropped DDT on my dad.
No.
Because of the gypsy moth infestation. And he just sat there like this with a mug of tea. It looked like 10 sacks of flour had been dropped on him. And in only that Liverpool way, which my kids have now, which is great, he just went, all right, how fast can we find this funny? You know? Which is the Liverpool way, you know?
That's great.
I love that.
That's great.
You know, I love The Gong Show so much because I'm a child of the 70s. So
Right.
it's like this show speaks to me. You, of course, are the host of The Gong Show, but
Yeah.
you are not Mike Myers, the host.
No.
You are an amalgamation of several British game shows.
So I got called, you know, do you want to do the Gong Show?
Right.
And I was like, am I being punked? Did they know that this is my favorite show of all time? It was Hockey Night in Canada, the Gong Show, watching Liverpool play, and Saturday Night Live were the only things I watched. I was a punk rocker, so to me, Gong Show was like, you know, that classic punk rock of get in and get out and somebody gets hurt, you know? And I loved the spirit of it, because it's so amateur, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of comedy I did growing up with my brothers is, you know, we just, whatever we could find in the kitchen was what we did, which is that same spirit that was in Wayne's World as well. It's just this kind of no money fun, which is the name of my production company, by the way.
No money fun.
No money fun. And this is the comedy circuit in England that I was in for like 3 or 4 years. Was all that. So there'd be a guy singing political songs, and then there'd be a guy named Melted 69, and his act was to melt a block of ice 69 different ways. And you're thinking, this is going to suck. And then after about time 30, he had like a butcher's thing that would count down. By about 40, you're like, go, 41, 42. And it's like salt. He puts a coat on it, he breathes on it, uses a blow dryer, chips at it with an axe. And that is that kind of people flying their freak flag was what really appealed to me. And then I said, listen, the way I want to do it, because it is such a British thing, is I want to play a British character. Would you go along with it? And Rob Mills at ABC and Holly at Sony were like, sure.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay, then I'm in. And it's 2 weeks a year, so it's like going to sleepaway camp.
Yeah.
And, you know, we shoot 10 shows in 14 days.
Who do you think of, or who were you thinking of when you created this character, Tommy?
There's a guy named Bruce Forsyth, Tommy Cooper, Bob Monkhouse. So growing up in a British household, there's a world in England of the presenter. So like all my cousins in Liverpool, I'm like, do you want to be an actor? And they're like, no, we want to be a presenter.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there's a little, it's like there's like about 50 Johnny Carsons in England, and they're just part of the fabric, and they're national treasures.
Right.
And I just wanted to have that kind of gregarious, I'm not naturally gregarious, but that kind of, even if something's terrible, going, oh, I thought you were very brave. I thought you were fantastic. You've taken my breath away, and I will need it back. You know,
You're saying 2 weeks, 2 weeks of like a lot of prosthetic makeup.
It's not. It's 35 minutes. The guy who designed it is the guy who does all the makeup for Saturday Night Live.
Oh, so
he
they're like
works
wizards.
fast.
Louis Zakarian, yeah.
Yeah, of
and
course.
so, you know, because Saturday Night Live switched to high definition, so they have to do movie quality makeup in live television time. So.
Our makeup artists have the same issue here.
Yes. Well, you guys are mostly prosthetics,
Mostly.
am I correct?
I'm 100% prosthetic.
It is fantastic.
Thank you very much.
It is. Even this close up.
I know, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Well, congratulations, man.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you, Mike. Thanks for coming. The Gong Show. Thursdays, 8 o'clock. It's on ABC.
Hey, coming up next, Benny Gilbert